Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the best damn wrestling podcast on the planet. I am, of course, one of your three co-hosts himself. We actually have all three of us here this week, which is a great time to watch the show because you get three different perspectives. I got my man, of course, great that he's back with us from his overseas tour in Japan with New Japan Pro Wrestling, Mr. Eddie Kingston, with me this week.
New Japan.
And I got my boy, my guy in the chair, the Ned to my Spider-Man, the Peacemaker to my Vigilante, Magic Fingers himself. Andrew, how are you doing this week, guys?
You know,
Over that again while I'm talking.
Thankfully, today was a good day for wrestling because after watching the finale of Peacemaker, yeah.
Yeah.
Can we start
Me
the
and
show
James
off
Gunn are not allowed to be in the same room together
So
because he'd probably have a black eye.
Yeah.
You're that mad.
So I'm gonna start off the episode with not a wrestling topic. And John, I know you haven't watched season 2, but I do want to talk about it.
Hey, go ahead and throw it out there. I'm still gonna watch it regardless.
So if you know what this finale is leading to, it's not so bad. Is Salvation Run was a run in the comics where the exact same thing happened, where they found this off-world and they took everybody, every villain, and they put them in there and they just left them. And it turned out to be a really good run. And if they do this correctly, I'm not pissed. But if you fuck it up, I'm pissed. I'm pissed that I didn't get no cameos in that final episode after being promised, oh, there's going to be some big cameos. Nobody saw these last 2 episodes. For what reason? Nobody fucking knows. I still love James Gunn. I still think he's one of the best directors, and I think he's one of the best people to take DC into the future. But the way that episode ended with Chris being stranded in that alternate universe prison, with there being no plans for a season 3, they have to do something to bring him back in a big way. And I'm talking, there better be some big ass reveals. I'm talking like I better see Smallville Superman in that bitch.
You know, with James Gunn saying that the last 3 episodes were his favorite of the entire season, what in the fuck was that exactly was your favorite part, dude? Because the favorite part for me is me getting my hands around your neck and squeeze until your eyeballs pop out because you let all of us down with the end of that season.
Yeah, he blue balled
you
the shit
hyped it
out
up as these last 3 episodes were the best thing you've ever done since sliced bread. And in my opinion, you fucked that up the same way you did Guardians of the Galaxy. So I'm glad we kicked you out of Marvel and sent your ass over to DC, but you've proven that you fucked up DC as well. So, dude, you need to go and take over something else because your director skills, in my opinion, kick rocks, dude. Kick rocks.
He's big boy mad right now.
I'm mad too.
So if it turns out to be one of the greatest stories ever told in movies, will you eat your words?
I will have a double scoop.
Okay.
But he better prove me right. Or he better prove me wrong.
I know what's coming. I don't know about y'all, but I know what's coming.
I'm mad. Why would you leave it off like that?
But he has literally admitted there is he does not have any plans for a season 3 of not continuing the story. He said they might have some characters being a cameo in something else, but there's no season 3. And this needs its own story in order to continue it.
Yeah, I think he's bullshitting. I think he's got plans. He just doesn't want to tell us right now.
Well, since I haven't seen it yet, now my buddy at work said it was left on the cliffhanger. You might have already said it, but what was the cliffhanger?
So there's this alternate dimension, right? This whole season was about this doorway that Chris had when he was a kid. And his dad took it, and he went to this alternate reality. And, of course, did you watch season 1?
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay. So in season 2, in season 1, you know how his dad ended up dying and his brother was killed. He killed his brother when he was young because he made him fight. In this reality, his dad and his brother are still alive.
Okay.
So when he sees his self from this alternate reality, he kills him. He kills that Chris from that universe. Then he takes that place of that Chris in that universe for a while. And everything's perfect. Him and Hardcore are together. His dad's not a piece of shit. His dad, brother's not a piece of shit. But the whole big thing is it's revealed that this whole time, this alternate reality was Earth X, which in the comics is when the Nazis won World War II.
Okay.
So they're Nazis, and there's no black people in the entire universe. And Chris doesn't figure that out until a few episodes in.
How the hell
I don't
do you
know.
not know that when you see no black?
And then his dad ends up getting killed by vigilante, and for real this time, his dad really wasn't a piece of shit.
Yeah,
like he really wasn't. And then his brother
he was
gets
actually
pissed.
the heartwarming dad that Chris wanted him to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then his brother ends up getting the shit beat out of him by vigilante and them. And John Cena puts on one of the best acting performances I've ever seen in that scene. He screams and says, "Get off of him, please, just get off of him." And he's holding him in his arms. And he says, "I'm so sorry."
Even though he's got his faults, he's still my brother, and I still love him.
That was great. And so throughout this whole series, we haven't known what Argus, which is the bad guys, which is pretty much the government of DC,
right,
is wanting to do with this alternate gateway that Chris has, that his dad stole in the Earth that we know as regular Earth, where his dad was a piece of shit and whatever. We don't know what they want with it. So they end up taking it, and Rick Flag, who is the director of Argus at this point, finds this dimension. He calls it what is it? Salvation.
Yeah, Salvation.
He calls it Salvation.
Same guy. Real quick, it's the same guy who played Crossbones in the Marvel series, in the Marvel universe.
Frank Grillo.
Yeah.
Here we go. And so this whole time, we don't know what he's wanting it for. He finds this place he calls Salvation, which his plan is to take criminals from the DCU and put them in this Earth, pretty much, and just leave them there, like a prison.
Yeah.
And so the episode, they end up founding the club called Checkmate, which is an alternate government agency in DC Comics that does a bunch of stuff. And
when they raid Vigilante's stash house, he's got in the basement with holy
millions.
Jesus, man, makes Al Capone look like a pipsqueak.
Yeah, it really does. And so at the end of the last episode of season 2, Rick Flag, Frank Grillo, kidnaps Chris, pushes him in the doorway, and shuts the doorway.
And that's how it ends.
And that's how it ends.
Well.
But with there being no thought of a season 3 to happen, that's how it ends? Like, come on, dude. Don't end it on a cliffhanger like that. If you have no contingencies coming up in soon, don't end it like that. Give us the ending of the actual story.
That's what I'm saying, y'all. I think he has plans. He just doesn't want to tell us right now.
That's worse than From for me.
And the finale was the longest episode out of the entire series, entire season. Every episode was basically like 30 minutes long.
Yeah.
And as soon as it started getting good, there's the credits. Like, come on, man.
It happened every week, even on the finale.
Yeah.
That happened.
And the finale was like 55 minutes long. But even that, it was as soon as it started getting good, there's credits. Like, dude.
It's crazy. I'm telling y'all, man.
Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do, I think what I'm gonna do is after the wife goes to bed, I'm gonna start over from season 1. And then tomorrow, since she works 7 to 2 tomorrow, or 7 to 4. I'm gonna go ahead and start season 2 tomorrow and watch the whole thing.
Well, the intro,
come back to us.
The intro for season 1 was epic. The intro for season 2, just as epic.
Yeah,
nice.
The intro music and everything, I loved it.
You cannot. It's one of those shows that you do not skip the intro, no matter how many.
Doesn't matter how many times you've watched it. Each episode, you don't skip it.
Watch the intro.
Nope. Yep. All right, let's get back to the reason we are here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Crown Jewel just happened a little bit. I'd say it went off about almost an hour ago at this point.
Yeah,
20 minutes plus.
20 minutes plus.
1 hour.
And man, what a redemption for WWE for that crap last month that was WrestlePalooza. What a redemption show they pulled off. John, I want to start with you. You haven't been here in a while. What have you thought for the past couple of weeks of wrestling, and what did you think about this show?
Well, with me, the shifts I work, I really don't get to sit and watch Raw and SmackDown live or, any of that. So usually it's just, I go through and, kind of fast forward through segments. So I really wasn't knowing what to expect today.
Yep.
But I love the direction. I love like you said, the redemption from WrestlePalooza, because WrestlePalooza was a shit fest.
Yes.
Yeah.
This
Yes.
was great. All the matches for once, all 5 matches were pretty much 5-star matches. I mean, the Roman and Bronson wasn't a 5-star, but all the others were perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was great. Andrew, how do you feel about today's show? And did it impress you? And do you have faith in ESPN and WWE's partnership going forward after today?
I don't.
Oh,
Ooh.
I don't, because they haven't proven it yet. They've proven they can do one good show, but can they prove they can do 2 back to back?
consecutive.
Right.
That's what I'm.
Because they screwed up their initial, and they dropped the ball big time. You look up the definition of dropping the ball, WrestlePalooza, that's it.
Yeah.
But they listened to all the feedback, and they made up for it with Crown Jewel.
They sure did.
Can they repeat a great show next month? Time will tell.
Next month is Survivor Series, if I'm not
That's,
mistaken, right?
Yeah, War Games. Mm-hmm. But
So
see, it's weird because here we are at the beginning of October. We're not getting another pay-per-view until November 29th. So we've literally got
It's a long time to build up some stories.
almost 2 months. Yeah, you've got almost 2 months before we get the next pay-per-view.
yeah. November 29th. Damn. That is a
Yep.
long time. So the show kicks off.
And then you have like 2 weeks until the December Cena's final match. So I mean, it's
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but don't we have
going to be a quick turnaround.
a Saturday night main event in November too?
No, that's the Cena's final match. That's December.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's December
Okay.
in Washington, D.C., I do believe.
No, I thought it was in Boston.
No, it's in Washington.
Okay.
Double check, Magic Fingers, but I'm almost 99% sure it's in Boston.
yeah, I'm in the same way.
Because
I mean,
thought that
D.C.
I thought they said that the last Cena appearance was in Boston. I thought.
Pretty sure it's in Washington, D.C., from what I remember.
Hold on.
If you guys hear a puppy in the background, just
We
ignore it.
have NXT Halloween Havoc on October the 25th. We have Saturday night main event, which is November 1st.
I told you. I thought.
That feels like it's going to be a NXT event.
Throwaway.
It might be an actual WWE like main roster, not NXT. But then it's Survivor Series in San Diego for War Games, and then Saturday night main event December 13th, and then it's the next one after that is Royal Rumble on January 31st.
Okay, so it is taking place in Washington, D.C., though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
All right.
And then we have the Rumble, January 31st, Mania, April 18th, and then SummerSlam, August 1st.
Gosh.
Yeah, but don't we have
There's no
elimination?
elimination chamber in between Rumble and Mania that's even mentioned yet, or any of those in between the big events.
They always do the EC in February though.
Right. That's usually the event between Rumble and
Mania.
Yeah, because
it's not officially listed yet.
Yeah, because they'll usually. I know they did last year. I think they did Elimination Chamber in February. They didn't do a pay-per-view in March, but they did a Saturday night main event, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Well, they did the Chamber last year or this year.
Yeah, that was in February.
Yeah.
All right, so the show kicks off with Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed in an Australian street fight. I'll go first because you guys are pretty much the ones that people want to hear from, especially Magic Fingers. You're very popular with our fan base. I'm a big fan of giving stuff star ratings, and I thought this was a very good opener. I don't think it stole the show like a match that I want to talk about here in just a little bit. But if I had to give this match a star rating, it would be 3.5. It wasn't terrible, wasn't something that was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. It was fine. It was a good opener. It was a good way to get the crowd hot. And the one thing that I don't see people talking about, Bronson Reed is one of the very few people to pin Roman Reigns in years. Not enough people are talking about this. So you want to talk about a star-making moment? I mean, yes, he's in the vision, and we've all known that Braun Breaker's pretty much been the breakout star of that group. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
So the breakout star moment for me for Bronson Reed was today at Crown Jewel when he pinned Roman Reigns 1, 2, 3. With the help of Jey Uso, of course, Jey Uso would accidentally spear Roman Reigns through a table. I think that's going to be talked about more on Raw. We'll learn more about the future of Jey and Roman's relationship moving forward on Raw tomorrow at 8 a.m., of course. But John, I'll start with you because, again, people want to hear from Eddie Kingston himself. What did you think about this match, man, and how do you feel about Bronson Reed being the guy to pin Roman Reigns today?
Like you said, it was a good opener. Here's my question. So a lot of people, including people I work with, seem to believe that they're going in opposite direction with, I know how you feel that Braun Breaker is the future. He's going to be
my kid. He is what my kids will look at as Roman Reigns. I truly believe that.
My thing with this is if they were gonna make him a top star, why do they have Bronson facing Roman where it should be Braun? I get they're going with this tribal thief thing.
Well, he was the one that took Roman out too, as well.
Well, Braun was involved with that too.
Yeah, but he's not the one that tsunami'd him 3 times.
Well, yeah, no, but yeah. Maybe they might be going a different route with Bronson and making Bronson the top guy.
I could see him being a top guy, but like I was talking to her the other day, and I'll get your thoughts here in just a second, but I know you don't really care about this match. I'm going to ask your thoughts about the John Cena match and stuff. Like I was talking with her the other day, like, yeah, me and her were thinking the same thing. Like, man, I would really like to see Braun and Roman. And then I thought about it. That's a WrestleMania main event right there. That's a WrestleMania main event. Anywhere you look at it across the board, that sells out any stadium in the country.
There you go.
So, I get why they didn't do it because I think they're saving it for a big moment for him. But you said you don't know if you see Braun Breaker being the top guy, and in my opinion, that's wild. That's crazy to me because I think he is the next generation's Roman Reigns. My kids will look at Braun Breaker like we do Roman Reigns now, and I'm completely fine with that. I'm a huge Braun Breaker fan. So, you could be right about Bronson, and I wouldn't be mad at either one because I love both guys. Drew, how do you feel about this match, and how do you feel about the future of WWE, and who do you think the next top guy will be?
I didn't mind seeing Roman Reigns versus a gingerbread man. I didn't mind seeing it. I'm sorry, but seeing that when I see Bronson Reed come out in a massive singlet and seeing the dude in the middle, it reminds me of seeing Fluffy's stand-up comedy and his icon, and it's just you got it painted on his singlet. So I'm sorry, the gingerbread man to me. I'm seeing the buildup of his career, and I like where they're taking it. However, I can't really give him the full glory of someone who has pinned Roman Reigns over the last year or after the last however many years since Roman Reigns was pinned in a one-on-one match, because it was not, even though it was technically a no DQ match, he had help. When you can face him one-on-one individually and then you pin him, I'll give you the proper credit you deserve.
I see that point.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The stipulations of the match were the way they were, and he still got the win. I'll give him that. But if you want the full credit for pinning Roman Reigns and you want to become a new so-called big dog or the big Samoan tribal chief, whatever, You got to pin him one-on-one. Nobody else's assistance. Nobody getting in anyone's way for distractions or whatever. You do that, I will give you the proper kudos.
Go ahead, John.
See, the only thing I'll disagree, but I'm not going to say it's a disagreement, but if you go by that set of rules, then realistically, who is the real last person to pin Roman one-on-one clean? Because go back to Cody Rhodes beating him at WrestleMania. How many interferences did we have?
Oh, I know. It's
Yeah,
exact
yeah.
same thing applies there. So my thing is no one has pinned Roman Reigns one-on-one, in my opinion. In the last few years, one-on-one for the belt, no one has done it cleanly.
No, not since Roman got got that 4-year reign. No, nobody.
Right. There's always been some kind of assistance or distraction or something that helped the pinfall. Yeah. It has not been clean.
And I think the last one to actually pin him, and it was in a triple threat, so I count that as a one-on-one because I mean they got 3 men. Dean Ambrose, I think, was the last one to pin him.
Yeah, that could be factually correct, actually. Here we go. This is why we call him Magic Fingers, because he's our analyst. So you're saying, Drew, this wasn't a star-making performance in your opinion for him?
No,
it's the start of one, but no.
Okay.
No, Seth. I think Seth was the last one to pin him, I believe,
and that was at Mania, I believe.
Yeah, with the triple threat with him.
Yeah, actually, yeah, because Roman took the.
They're giving I don't like this. They're giving Cody Rhodes and now Bronson Reed the credit of being the only two people to officially pin Roman Reigns. But
don't forget Jay pinned him too.
That's not factually correct, though.
But that's not
factually correct, because if we're being factually correct, technically a one-on-one match is a triple threat because you have 3 guys. It's one-on-one. The last guy to pin Roman Reigns is Seth Rollins at WrestleMania.
I mean, because if you want to look at people who have actually pinned Roman Reigns in a one-on-one match,
Dean was the last one.
Well, you've got Cody Rhodes, you've got Baron Corbin, you've got Jey Uso, and Solo, who have technically pinned him. But were they clean? No. So I'm going to say even the Big Show's done it, but it wasn't clean.
That's wild. That's wild. That's a wild stat. Wow. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
And that was 2014. But I mean, that's still early in Reigns' career, but I mean, I'm just saying like all of his career though. But I mean, they're looking, that initial stat was just recently of his, his recent success and whatnot, how he's been really unstoppable. But I still don't. No, I can't give him the credit. I still think that it's the start of something great for him, and he's earned it. But I don't think what he is, the full credit of what he got is. No, I'm not there with it.
Roll-ups. All right, so let's move on to the next match. It was Stephanie Baker versus Tiffany Stratton. Of course, I'll go first again. I thought this match was decent. I thought it was great, actually.
That was wonderful.
It was wonderful. It was very well put together. And the fact that we got to see Miss Tiffany Stratton take the devil's kiss, I thought Mr. Magic Fingers himself was going to pass out in the Discord.
I knew exactly how Booker T felt. Yeah. Yeah, it was.
You had to pop your neck after that one?
I understand how you feel there. They're 5-time champ. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
I thought Andrew was going to pop his neck. You know what I mean? All right. So to me, if I had to give this a star rating, it would be a 3.9. It's not quite 4 stars for me because it was just a very good match. It was very well put together, but it wasn't, oh my God, like the next one we're going to talk about. I thought it was great for both of them to show their talents. A lot of people keep criticizing Tiffany Stratton and say, oh, well, she's too early on in her career. She makes too many mistakes. She made 0 mistakes in this match from what I saw. and being in there with a quote unquote actual veteran like Stephanie Van, because a lot of people don't realize Stephanie Van has been wrestling for a very long time.
Nope.
It's just she was not in the WWE spotlight until recently. So you put her in the ring with a veteran like that, you're going to get magic. And I'm going to start with you, John. How did you feel about this match, man?
No, you put it right on the money. I mean, Tiffany made zero mistakes this time. I had a lot of people believing that Tiffany was going to be the one to win, but I thought it would be pointless to have Tiffany win, especially with Stephanie just winning that belt. Why would you have her lose her first, not title defense, but her first match as champion? Why that would totally like
Stall her
blemish.
momentum.
Yeah.
It would stall her momentum and blemish her championship win.
Yeah.
So I think they did right with that. Yeah, like I said, there was literally, I felt like there was no mistakes in that match. It was really, really, really good.
Well put together. So you agree with the 4-star rating on that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. 3 point. I actually gave it 3.9. So you would give it 4 stars?
Yeah, 3.94, same thing.
Okay. Drew, how you feeling, man?
I have to give it more than 3 or 3.9 because they did something we don't see very often with women's matches. They started the match out with legit grappling.
Yes.
And it was very impressive. It was
Very good
legitimate, and it was
wrestling.
technical, it was sophisticated, and it was an art form. And it was beautifully done. So the fact that it was 2 people you wouldn't expect it from, well, one maybe you could have expected it from Stephanie with her background, but you definitely didn't expect it from Tiffany. But to see them both do it so well together, it was an art, and it was an art. I absolutely loved it. So that, and the way the match continued on through, the way the match ended, and the way Tiffy took that spinal tap at the end, like ouch, like you took that like a champ. So yeah, she took the physical brutality of that, and yeah, I give it at least a 4.2. So yeah, I loved it.
Yeah. And so I thought it was a great performance. That spiral tap was ridiculous.
Yes.
Ouch.
Because she didn't get it all the way around, but Tiffy took it like a champ.
It's like
It's like she what?
Nah, just the whole when she I don't know. It was like the one she put on Io was perfect. Mm-hmm. This one she tried to turn it like mid move.
Yeah.
But this match, I felt like it was longer than the match she had with Io as well. So maybe she was just a little gassed.
It might be.
Maybe just a little bit gassed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, moving forward into what I've thought about it, and I've sat on it for about an hour and a half. This might be my favorite match of the year. It may have even took my favorite match of all time, to be honest with you. And that might be recency biased. But holy fucking shit is the only way I can describe John Cena versus AJ Styles. Holy shit. First of all, AJ comes out in the OG independent and TNA gear. We thought for a second there that he had cut his hair and went back to 05 AJ, and I was about to pop so hard. What would have made this moment even better is if he would have came out to get ready to fly. That would have made this moment even better. I thought it was fantastic. I thought this match did everything that we hoped it would be. This match in particular was worth getting up at 8 a.m.
Yes.
Just for this.
Yes. Yeah. Hell
like
yes.
It really
Agreed.
was. Loved it. It was the best match of the night, in my opinion. I would give it 5 stars. I thought it stole the show. The fan service in this match was insane. But even before the match started, John Cena even handed a handwritten introduction for his opponent. And that, to me, shows how close AJ Styles and John Cena actually are, and how much John Cena appreciates AJ Styles for what he did for his career. because John Cena isn't going to do that for everybody that he faces. But he
No.
made sure that AJ got his credit and AJ got his spotlight for people to understand how good this man is. And for AJ Styles to be, correct me if I'm wrong, but this man is almost 50 years old.
Yeah,
You don't
he's
look
1 second.
I think he's
You
like
don't-
46 or 45.
48.
For
Oh,
this
wow.
man to be,
He just
for
turned
this
48
man,
this past June.
okay.
Well, isn't Cena up there too?
Cena is also 48.
Yep.
Wow.
So for both of these men to be almost 50 years old and to be doing the stuff that they did in this match, the fan service in this match was insane. Coming from a John Cena kid who grew up idolizing the man, this might arguably be John Cena's best match. Other than the match he had with Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam this past year, I think this is up there for one of John Cena's all-time classics. Again, another match where they never technically left the ring. They were on the apron a little bit with AJ's forearm, but they never touched the floor.
Right.
As the bell rang. And the fan service in this match, the fact that John Cena was able to hit his sister Abigail had me crying, literal tears. It got me emotional. And the fact, what got me afterwards is he looked up, grinned, and just shook his head like, I know you're here. That was for you. And another thing that I want to take from this match that makes me smile so much, I had been watching wrestling with my boy Magic Fingers for almost a year now. And I have never heard the pure joy and excitement and the he turned into a 15-year-old kid again. And it was one of the most joyful things I think I've ever witnessed, because he's usually like, he'll go like, holy shit. But he turned into a 15-year-old child. And that is the beautiful thing about wrestling. We can be 30 and 22 and however old, 40, whatever. And there's that beautiful magic that is professional wrestling that makes us feel like kids again. And this match did that for me. I thought it was fantastic. I have to give it 5 stars. John, how do you feel about the match, man? Did it impress you? Was it everything, or am I just hyping it up too much?
No. It was to me, it was my third favorite match. No. Yeah, second or third favorite match of the year. My thing, I'm glad they had Cena win this, although I think with the loss he took to Brock at WrestlePalooza kind of fucked over his retirement tour. This match made up for it in a sense, because I've said it a couple of times. I felt like as soon as Cena announced his retirement last year or early this year, whenever it was, I felt like he shouldn't. Whatever matches he had left for, until he retired, he should have won every one of them. Now, when it comes to, let's say, his last match, we all have our speculations. I'm really hoping, huh?
It's going to be Gunther.
Well, maybe, but I'm hoping and praying that it turns out to be Dom. But I think the way they should do it is, if they make his last match against Dom for that IC title, the best way to send it off is to have him win it. But then immediately after he wins, he grabs the mic and says, I'm doing a quick open challenge for this IC title. And you have somebody like Mello or hell, even Ilya Dragunov come and win it from him. And there you go. End of the career. And he put over a new talent.
Well, sources are saying that the plan for Survivor Series is him and Dom in San Diego, which makes a lot of sense. That's Dom's hometown. And I think that's perfect spot for Cena to be in. So I think he wins the IC title then.
Well,
holds it
that part didn't dawn on me until you just mentioned it. I forgot that Survivor Series was in San Diego. So yeah, that makes all the sense in the world. So then, that makes it even tougher for his last match, because I'd rather see him lose his last match if it's for the IC. I want to see him lose to an up and coming person rather than somebody like Gunther, who's already seasoned enough.
Yeah, I completely agree. But that's the way that I'm assuming it's going to be booked, is he's going to beat Dom at Survivor Series. He's going to then face Gunther at Saturday Night's Main Event on December 13th and lose the IC title to Gunther. And then Gunther's going to lose it to Ilya Dragunov. That's the way I have it booked in my head. I don't know if they're going to go that way, but we'll see how that goes. Andrew, man, how did you feel about this match? And is it everything me and John are saying, or are we just talking out of our ass?
Like you said, man, it's the first time you ever heard me get that excited over a match. After the match, Michael Cole, who's become a legend on the mic, he's right up there with JR, Jerry Lawler. I'll even say Tony Schiavone because he's someone I grew up listening to WCW. Bobby Heenan, Mike Tenay. But Michael Cole said it best. Matches like that one is why we fell in love with wrestling. It was a match like that, watching the Mega Powers, made me fall in love with wrestling. And that's why I chose them as my favorite tag team, which our fans will see at some point when we upload that one.
That'll probably be a Christmas episode. That'll probably be a Christmas.
That works. But no, I didn't want this match to end. I really didn't. To see how, because recently John has been doing a respect form of, if I can't have a match with you, I will have a segment in my match showing homage and whatnot to you by performing your move. And to see that not only did he do one, it became a trend of him and his opponent to where that's all they did. It wasn't, hey, let's do, a move here, and then, a few moves later, we'll do another move here. All they did was just 10 to 15 minutes straight of finish the move, finish the move, finish the move, finish the move of all of these amazing wrestlers they've worked with, they've idolized, they've respected over the years, from everyone from Bray Wyatt, from The Undertaker, from The Miz, Randy Orton. He even tried doing a 619, which I was going to be surprised as hell if he actually pulled that off. But I mean, there was just a long list of people that weren't even in WWE that they were doing. Like he even did a Deadeye. He did the Angel Wings on John Cena. Like, just, it was insane to see the moves they were pulling out that those guys don't normally do. And John even proved a point that he's not just a 6-move wrestler.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the biggest reasons he probably is doing this in his last part of his career, is to make that statement. For the longest time in his career, he's always been told, you can't wrestle. And that's been a huge chant for the longest time as well. You can't wrestle, you can't wrestle. For many arenas, that's all they chant. Because for a good bit, he does just do a couple moves. But he's shown occasionally he does a move here and there. And we saw it one time with CM Punk. We saw it one time with Kevin Owens. We saw it one time with AJ Styles, where a new move would show up. But in his farewell tour, he's paying homage to all these other people. And we're seeing other people and other companies paying homage to him in return. So I'm loving that camaraderie. But this match, I said it during the match itself. I don't think it could have been done the way it was with any other opponent. No. And only because of the way of AJ's talent, his athleticism, his cardio. I don't know if any other talent in the roster could do it as well. But I absolutely loved it. And if I could give it more than 5 stars, I would. But that is probably going to be the best match, if not this year, probably this decade, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can completely agree with that. And I know a lot of you are going to watch this, and I've talked to a few people that say we overhype stuff a lot, that we're just fanboys or whatever. But I can't put into words enough how awesome this match was. If you haven't seen it and you have the ability to go back and watch it, do it, because it's worth every second from bell to bell. It was beautiful. and it made me realize why I love professional wrestling so much and why I love doing this podcast so much. Is
And
because
see,
moments
this
like
is also
that.
a match that. Sorry to cut you off, buddy, but this is a match that we
Go
can
ahead.
go back and watch months down the road, years down the road, because thankfully it's, with the apps and everything now, we can go back and rewind and watch these things. You can be with a group of friends and watch it because you've already watched it before, but you can watch it years later and you can have the exact same reactions as if you watch it for the first time.
Yeah.
And you'll mark out just as much as we did like you did the first time as well. So it's not like a movie you watched before, you'll still enjoy it, but you won't have the exact same reactions as if you watched it the very first time. The jump scares or the times that we were screaming or excitement or whatever. But this match has that exact same possibility every time you watch
it. Yeah. For real.
And that's not overhyping it. That's just
that's just a fact. What did you think?
It's one of my favorite matches.
I think this was probably the best match you've seen since you started watching wrestling.
So how I really enjoyed it? I did not pick up my phone once.
Yeah, that's
had a girl.
It's down, but I did pick up it once.
No, I think this is her favorite match that she's seen since she started watching wrestling. And the reason that I can tell you guys that is because normally when I pop and I get really loud, she yells at me. She didn't yell at me one time during this match because she was just as loud as I was.
Yep, you probably heard me.
So it was a great experience, and I'm glad I got to experience it with her because she's a brand new fan. You know what I mean? Like she's watched wrestling when she was littler and with her dad and stuff, but like now she's starting to dissect it as a business and understand it from a business perspective. And to me, when you figure that out and you're starting to do that, that's when you can really enjoy wrestling. And so I was waiting for that one match that could make her go, I get this now. I get why you cry when these guys retire. I get why you cry every time John Cena comes down the ramp. I get why you cry every time you see fireflies in the crowd. I get it now. And this match, I think, showed her why wrestling means so much to me and why I love it so much. And so I think it will top her list as one of the greatest things she's ever seen.
Yes.
It was just from top to bottom, guys. Like I can't. Yeah. I know we're glazing it up, but oh my god.
If I didn't touch my phone at all, that should tell you something.
Yeah, she's usually on her phone and she'll look up and be like, oh damn. But like she did not
touch it.
Her phone up once. So I think she's embedded into wrestling now because of this match. And that's what I'm very grateful for because I've been with her for 6 years now. And for 6 years, she just never got it. She never understood why I bawled my eyes out Survivor Series 2023 when CM Punk returned. She never understood that stuff. But now she understands it. She gets why we love this so much. And so for me, I think it was a turning point for you.
Yeah.
As into, okay, I get it now.
But don't get me wrong.
This just isn't people fighting in their underwear.
I want to see more stuff like this. I want them to improve. Can they do it again? Just like he said, can you do it again?
Exactly.
If you can, okay. But I want to see what they're going to do now because I hope it's.
Look here.
I hope it's good.
Right here. There you go. So, like you said, can they keep doing it over and over?
Yes. Can they do it a second time and make it this good?
I think
that's what I'm trying to say. But I'm happy with what they did.
The next big pay-per-view is Survivor Series. So if they're going to do 2 great PLEs in a row, they have the chance to do it.
You have time to do it.
But TKO has proven they do not have the ability to do 2 good ones in a row. They haven't done it yet.
No. Well, they've got 6 weeks.
Yep.
They're not pulling an AEW. And yes, I just said that. Because AEW is they're different in a way. Their weekly TV can suck sometimes. But I have never sat down and watched an AEW pay-per-view and been disappointed.
So far, yeah.
Maybe one time in that whole entire company's history, and that was that barbed wire death match between Moxley and Omega, where the fucking ring, where he's Eddie Kingston, you came out, you were there, sir. You came out and you covered John Moxley like this, and you're expecting a big ass explosion, and it's just a goddamn sparkler goes shh.
Yep.
And then the worst part is after the sparkler goes off, they both just lay there like they're dead.
What?
Like Eddie just lays over top of John, and it was just a sparkler that went off. It was just you're expecting, they were like, oh, the ring's going to explode after a certain time limit, so they need to get the fuck out of there. So you're expecting when it says ring to explode, you're expecting the fucking post to come down. You're expecting the ropes to explode. The ropes were made out of barbed wire, and every time they hit the ropes, they had a little explosion of C4. Like we were expecting a big ass, but we got a fucking sparkler like it was 4th of July. And that was probably the only time I looked at AEW and AEW pay-per-view and literally went, what the fuck did I just watch? And that was what, 4 or 5 years ago at this point. So
yep, I was there.
Consistently. Yeah, you were there, man. What the fuck was that? I can actually ask you that question now.
Yeah, what?
Talk to Tony.
What the fuck was that? And John is actually going to be joining us on the AEW discussions because he's going to start picking it up and watching it. Of course. But yeah, that's the only time. That's the big difference with AEW and WWE. I know WWE fans shit on AEW a lot. But for the past 3-4 years, they've had consistent good pay-per-view after good pay-per-view after good pay-per-view. Yeah. Now, is their weekly TV always the best? No. But their pay-per-views are must-watch every time. So hopefully WWE can get on their level. And like me, Drew, everybody's been saying this whole show, the big question going out of this show is, can they consistently go banger after banger after banger? That time will tell. But moving on with the main event, which I thought was the second best match of the night, in my opinion.
Slow down. We just missed him. We just lost a match.
Rhea and Rhea and Io. The reason I completely forgot about this was because this is probably the weakest match on the card for me.
And that's saying something, because it still wasn't a bad match.
No, it wasn't terrible.
No.
Jesus.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. But to me, it was the worst match on the card. And that's saying something because it wasn't terrible. I would give it 3.5 stars. I thought it was fine. You got your hometown girl out there, of course.
But was it the best match? It was.
No,
it wasn't bad.
I was expecting more from a story standpoint. Yeah. I think that's what let me down. And John, I'll start with you, man. How did you feel about this tag match?
I mean, for Rhea to to have this kind of match in her environment, it, like you said, it wasn't the best on the card, but it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
I was expecting some kind of turn, but it's okay. The match, they put on a good match, all 4 of them.
Yeah.
I'm content.
Yeah. Drew, how you feel about it, man?
It was a good match. I was hoping for a different kind of ending, because it seems like, out of the way that the Kabuki Warriors have been seen as losing, whether it's the PLE or the weekly episodes or nightly episodes, however you want to say it, it's been Kairi Sane getting the ass whooping. It hasn't been Asuka taking the L. So I was hoping it would have been Asuka being the one getting pinned, and it's not been that way. So I would have rather it been her, but I was glad to see that the hometown girl got her victory. So congratulations, mommy. So I enjoyed it.
What's your star rating, guys? I'll start with you, John. If you had to give it a star rating, what would it be?
3.
Yeah, that's what I give it. Drew?
With having that couch.
Oh, yeah, you have a different experience.
And having EO's music hit.
Yeah.
And having that subwoofer on my back. I'm going to give that a little extra addition to the match. So I'll say it's a 3.8.
Ooh, 3.8. Okay.
Because when you could feel her music hit, it was a little extra.
Yeah, you have a completely different experience than both of us because you have the.
I did. I definitely did.
Sound in your couch. So
I did.
Yeah, this was your first
To
show
our
that you
viewers,
actually got that to
if
work.
you had the ability to get one of those, trust me, it's worth it.
Yeah. And this is the first show you had the ability to get that to actually work properly.
Yes. Yes.
So how was that experience before I jump into the main event? How was that experience for you?
It is gonna take some getting used to, but I'm loving it. Because I'm used to just having it coming at me, not hearing it behind me, and being able to actually feel it. Because you know how if you've ever sat in a chair, one of those gaming chairs, where you can feel the vibrations and you get the sound coming from the back. That's exactly what it felt like. But I was just on my couch. But I'm just so scared I'm going to blow this damn speaker.
Because I hear Finn barking now too.
Honey, the door's left open. He would have ran out.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's crazy, and I'm pretty sure Drew's gonna have that set up every show now. So
yes, yes.
I think that's correct. Oh man, can you
Fingers
imagine
crossed
Monday
it's
night?
no longer a
Holy
8 a.m.
crap.
show.
Can you imagine Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football with that thing? Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Bro. All right, guys, moving on to the main event of the afternoon, and I thought this was a very good main event. It was Cody and Rollins. And I see a lot of people already complaining about the finish online, but to me, that adds to the story.
It does.
In my opinion. So, of course, this was a very back and forth. I wouldn't be surprised if it's been a couple of years. It is revealed that Seth Rollins currently has CTE because he is the only man other than who thou shall not be named. Fuck it, Chris Benoit, who I have only seen that move done once, and I believe it was Chris Benoit that has done a coast-to-coast headbutt. And when I say a coast-to-coast headbutt, I'm not talking about like, oh, I missed you.
No.
And it looks like I hit you. It looked like he fucking full-on collided with Cody Rhodes' head.
There was no blocking of anything. He full head-on hit between head and shoulder of Cody Rhodes, who was upside down.
And this match had some crazy spots in it, man. I think this is the first time we saw an avalanche crossroads and somebody kicked out. This was a good back and forth. It was very suspenseful.
Yes.
Of course, you can debate whether it was a clean win or not. I keep seeing people say, "Oh, you hit him with a watch." I don't know what watch y'all were talking about, but I didn't see nothing.
There's no watch. It's okay.
There's nothing there. It was a clean punch. But realistically, the finish, of course, was Seth Rollins. Of course, if you guys remember, backstage. Now, this was a private moment. It wasn't shared with media, but of course, we learned it through Unreal, if I'm not mistaken. Cody told the story about the watches on an episode of Unreal. Mm-hmm. And backstage after the show, Cody Rhodes gave everybody that was involved in the main event, including Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns and him, he got them all matching Rolexes. And in real life, Cody and Rollins didn't really like each other at first when Cody came back, because the way Seth looked at it is the same way he looks at CM Punk. You try to burn this company down, but they've grown close over the last couple of years. And Seth using this watch to get the win is an extra fuck you to Cody Rhodes.
Yep.
Not only did he wear his daddy's polka dots on the side of his pants to mock him even further, this finish to me was a perfect finish to not only say, well, you know what, this is a double fuck you. This is your watch that you gave me. You thought I was your friend. I'm going to use this gift that you gave me to fucking beat you. It also showed that now Cody Rhodes' complaint was, yeah, you beat me, Seth, but you've never beaten me clean. Can you do that? Are you man enough to do that? And I think that will further their feud going forward. And John, I'll start with you, man. After I give my star rating, I actually give my star rating after everybody gets done talking about it. I think that's what we're going to do from now on. But John, go ahead and tell me what you thought about the match, man.
No, the match I thought was great. I don't think that Seth won dirty. For the most part, it was clean. Everything looked clean. Who cares about the watch? Who cares? But yeah, I agree with you on how Cody. I don't think that Cody's gonna make a big deal about losing, quote unquote, dirty. Because him and Seth's match was only done because of it being Crown Jewel for the Crown Jewel Championship. Now you're gonna see Cody go back to SmackDown, Seth go back to Raw, start new feuds. All in all, the match was great. I don't think it was better than. I don't think it was
Yeah.
better than Cena and Styles, but it was great.
No. Well, I'm not saying, tomorrow Cody's going to come out and be like, oh, but I'm talking about in the future, years down the line. I'm talking about years down.
Sure. At some point, sure, you might see that part.
That will be the one. That'll be the thing that gets them back in the ring together.
It'll be great for the story.
I'm talking 2, 3, 4 years down the road. Cody Rhodes can look at Seth Rollins and say, yeah, you beat me that one time and was crown jewel champion, but you did it because of the watch. You didn't beat me clean. You didn't beat me at my best. You had to cheat to beat me. Yeah. And I think that will be the story that gets them back in the ring. And the big story going into that next match that they have is can Seth Rollins do it clean? And I thought it was a great story. And how did you, before I get the match finished, how did you feel about the match?
I liked it a lot.
Really close. That's what I'm saying.
I'll be right back.
Hang on. She's got to go check on the dogs, make sure they ain't terrorizing. But while she's gone, Drew, how did you feel about the match, man?
I thought this was the second best match of the card.
Yep.
I have to give it 4.5 stars. But I think that, with the beginning, before the match happened, we saw a segment with Paul Heyman telling the Bronze, hey, you're not going out there tonight, no matter what's happening. Seth has to do this on his own. That made me foreshadow and think that if they can't go out there, Becky's going to interfere. Or as we were talking during the pay-per-view, maybe Brock is going to interfere, because we saw Heyman show up to speak for Brock or announce him at WrestlePalooza. But the fact that it was just strictly a one-on-one match, full respect, in the watch, fuck the watch, whatever. It was still just Seth versus Cody in the end. And it was a match that Seth needed to win. Does it have an asterisk on it because it was Crown Jewel? So it was still a one-on-one match that he finally won. So it's now no longer 0-3 versus Cody. It's now 1-3. So he needed that for his own career. Now, that amazing headbutt from coast to coast to the top turnbuckle crossroads to, the punishment that they always give each other whenever they have a match, because both of them can take one hell of a beating. We've seen that over the years. They did a fantastic job. They work so well together in the ring, out the ring. When they're in the ring together, it's going to be a hell of a show. I want to know what's going to happen Monday night.
Yeah, me too.
With what he said after, when he grabbed the mic. What's going to happen next?
Yeah.
How does the story continue?
I think see, now I'm conflicted, and I'll go back to our star ratings in a second, but I'll start with you before I get my thoughts out. How did you feel about the match?
Okay, as I was trying to say, it was good. I think it will bring more to the story. He will say, yeah, you beat me, but you didn't beat me clean. That might come up, that might not. I don't know, but overall, I liked it. My second out of the whole thing.
It was your second?
Yeah, my second.
I think that's agreeable upon all of us. But now my question is, guys, you brought up a valid point that I forgot. When he grabbed the microphone and said, he's no longer the best of this generation, he's the greatest of all time. That to me screams John Cena all over it.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, if the plan is for Cena versus Dom, when do we get Cena and Seth? If that's on the table right now, if the current plan is John Cena versus Dom at Survivor Series, where does Seth fall into this whole thing?
Yeah, you gotta do us now that with that statement being made from Seth. I don't think Seth and Cena has wrestled but one time 1-on-1. Seth holds the 1-0 advantage.
Magic fingers going to work here.
Yeah, we gotta set that up. Okay.
That's interesting because I forgot about that whole segment about him grabbing the mic until you said it. It could be because I'm tired. I've been up since 7:30. Drew's been up since. Oh, by the way, you sure you're good to do another show tonight, Drew? You're going to be freaking exhausted, dude.
John Cena and Seth Rollins have wrestled one-on-one in one match, which took place at SummerSlam 2015.
Where
Rollins
Seth
won the
became double
match,
champ.
which had both the WWE Championship and the United States Championship belt on the line.
With the help from Jon Stewart.
Yep.
But that's when he took both belts. If they're going to have a match together, it'll be on Monday Night Raw.
But is Cena scheduled to be on Raw this Monday or no?
Oh, I don't know. I
Not
just know
that
he's
we
only
know
got
of.
5 appearances left.
He's got 4 after
5.
today.
No, they said he
5
had on the
after today.
event. They said 5 after today.
Ooh. Okay.
So that's at least 2 pay-per-views and then 3 Monday nights, because they already said his last SmackDown has already happened when it was in Newberry.
Yeah, so he's got 2 Raws and 1 Saturday Night Main Event left.
No. 5
2
appearances
pay-per-view.
after today.
Yeah, 2 pay-per-views, 2 Raws, and 1 Saturday Night Main Event.
Saturday Night Main Event is one of the pay-per-views.
Oh, Saturday Main Event is considered a pay-per-view now?
That is considered a pay-per-view.
Is it really though? Because you're not.
Yeah, it's on there as a pay-per-view because it's the only thing they have in December.
Yeah, but that one's on Peacock.
But that's technically Peacock is technically a platform you have to pay for.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But it's also on NBC cable.
I know. Yeah,
That's confusing. That's so confusing. All right, I'll give my star rating for this match, and I think it was a 4.9 star match. It was the second best match of the night, but that Cena and Styles match is hard to top. And we said that when that match came to conclusion. I don't think nothing's beating that today.
No.
And of course, John, what do you give it out of a star rating? What would be your star rating?
I'm gonna give it the 4.9 because, like I said, if Cena Styles didn't happen, I would have given it the 5.
Yeah,
but it wasn't Cena Styles, so 4.9 sounds good to me.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we've covered everything that we need to cover. Is that correct, guys? We've covered everything from today's show.
I think. I want to say one more thing.
Go ahead.
And I hope that this gets its way to TKO and it gets its way to WWE. And any fans that are watching, listening, whatever, I'll take all the smoke for it. Personally, I don't care. But if an American company travels over 7,000 fucking miles to your location to entertain your sorry asses, and then we are going to be singing the national anthem in your fucking location, you better shut your fucking pie holes while it's being sung and show some goddamn respect. Or it should be the last fucking time it is in your auditorium.
Yep. And I think that's a big problem with today's generation
they don't have any
in
respect.
total. They don't even know what that flag stands for. And for these people to, like you said, over 7,000 miles to entertain these sorry pieces of shit, let's be honest here, and then they boo the national anthem.
Why?
Because I was so pissed off about that.
Yeah,
sorry, it still burns me up.
No, I get it.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where we go, and it's for all sports, not just wrestling. But if an and it's the same way if that country is coming here in America, I would expect the exact same respect to be given to that country the same way we do the Olympics. Wherever it's being held, when that country's national anthem is being played, you show the fucking respect that they deserve.
Yeah.
And the fact that they were getting booed today when an Australian singer was taking the time to sing the national anthem, and she did an amazing job at it. And I can't remember her name, and I'm sorry for that. But she did a great job at it, but her own people were booing her.
Yeah.
That is completely disrespectful. And I really hope that TKO, which they probably won't do a damn thing because all they see are dollar signs whenever they can go somewhere who's going to pay them for it, But I hope
Here
that something
comes the
happens
money.
and they really think hard for the next time they're going to go to an event that could potentially be disrespectful. But they're probably just going to say, hey, it's the WWE universe. They'll do whatever they want. They always have, always will.
Facts.
I mean, you got a technical point there, but like this is coming from a veteran, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
A former veteran himself is telling us, yeah, this is fucked up. And he's correct, and I was always raised that if even the Pledge of Allegiance, if I didn't stand up proper, I got the shit beat out of me as a kid. So I think it's something that people have lost for, and I think it's especially this generation. I see kids nowadays, their parents don't teach them, and then they act fools.
They let them do whatever they want.
And if that was me in that crowd today, and I would have booed while that national anthem was playing, and my dad was standing next to me, I'd have got punched in the throat.
Yep.
Yep.
So, regardless of your political beliefs, and we don't get into that on here, it's about respect. Regardless, like he said, if it's Australians coming to America and they sing the Australian national anthem, I expect us to stand up and respect their country, because they came here to entertain us. We didn't go there to
No.
We didn't just go there for nothing. They didn't have to.
No,
they came to our country 7,000 miles. These people that work 365 days a year, 275 days a year, that never see their families, that hardly get to go home. They chose to come 7,000 miles to entertain you and put their bodies on the line, and you're going to boo their country's national anthem. It's bullshit. It needs to be addressed and taken care of. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to announce coming up this Thursday, because that's when I'm going to post it. We are recording this on Saturday morning or afternoon. Saturday, October 11th. This will go up the same day. So this will go up. You'll see this on Saturday on the 11th, because it's a review of the show that just happened. Next Thursday, this following Thursday, which is, fact check me here. Let's see, 11th, calendar, 18th. That would be the 16th, right?
What day did you say, honey?
Thursday.
Thursday. Yeah, the 16th.
The 16th of October will be the first guest appearance from a person on this podcast, and it is somebody who I love and adore, who is one of my best friends in the entire world. That guy, Nathan Lusk, will be here this Thursday, and you guys will get a episode where we have our fantasy WrestleMania cards. Eddie Kingston's getting one. Magic Fingers is getting one. I'm getting one, and that guy, ladies and gentlemen, will be here for the first time ever. On this podcast, we will have a legitimate guest who knows wrestling, who loves wrestling, and who is one of my genuine best friends, who, in matter of fact, I'm the best man in his wedding. So for him to come onto this project that me, Andrew, and John have started together, and probably will be on here more frequently, depending on his work schedule, it means a lot to me, because it's an idea that me and him have had for years. So be tuned in this Thursday, the 16th of October, as you will see Mr. Perfection, Odin's greatest creation, the gift of this generation. Tell your mom if she don't know. Lakota Carter himself. Eddie Kingston is taking time out of his busy schedule with AEW and their live events and their TV programming to be there. Mr. Magic Fingers himself, Peacemaker himself, the guy in the chair, the Peacemaker to my vigilante will be there, and we will all, whether it's, well, I'll go ahead and make the announcement now. Mine will be 2 nights. Drew, did you schedule yours for 2 nights or just 1 night?
It will have to be a 2-night event, because there's no way there's no way it will be able to be 2 night. Or I'm going to have 2 AEW events where it's going to have to be a 2-night.
John, have you thought about the format in your head? I know you just found out about this not a few hours ago, but have you thought about the format?
I have not.
All right. So as you guys know, we record our stuff a little bit early. So we are going to be recording, and I'm going to make sure, Drew, you're sure you're okay with that? You're not going to be exhausted?
Oh, yeah. I'm good.
Okay. So, John, you're going to be good tonight?
Yeah,
well?
7, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I just want to make sure with everybody. We will be recording that the same day this goes up, but you guys won't see it until Thursday, the 16th of October. I'm very excited about the episode. I'm very excited for you guys to get Nathan's take on a lot of things because he's a lot like me, but he's a lot not like me. So I'm excited for two of my best friends in the world to meet my other best friend, and I'm excited for that episode. But I'm going to bring this episode to a close. This has been another amazing episode of the Main Event Mafia podcast. Of course, if you want to watch the latest episode, it is right here. If you want to hit that subscribe button, if you're on YouTube, it's right here. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, which is right here. The latest upload that we had was right here. And of course, don't forget, go over to our Spotify, hit the follow button on there, share it everywhere you can. This podcast is actually starting to a little bit take off. And I'm very grateful for it. I'm very grateful that I have two friends that I talk to almost every single day and that love wrestling like me. And we're glad that you guys enjoy our opinions. But with that being said, this has been another episode of the Main Event Mafia podcast. And this is the best damn wrestling podcast on the planet. And if you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you. Suck it. See you guys next week.